everyone. So this is the second background that I stitched this past weekend. There will be another video. I'm not sure how things are going to go live, if this will go live first or if the other one will go live first. But the other one is my Spiegel Mom Scraps layout for this week. So keep your eyes open for that one too. So for this layout, I did the same thing I did on the other one. I grabbed one of Paige Evans' cut files, which is this pumpkin. I put my sketch pen into my silhouette, drew, and had it draw the design onto my pattern paper. I punched some holes, and then I stitched the pumpkin. Before I started stitching, I decided where I wanted my photo to go, and I didn't stitch underneath my photo. So these are all products from the Wild Whisper Collection Sweater Weather, and I'm hoping that when this goes live, Sweater Weather is in stock and ready to ship, that you can grab it if you would like it. I started by fussy cutting this pumpkin, and then I'm going to use this card as my title. It says, "Good Morning Pumpkin." Well, I want my title to be "Hello Little Pumpkin." So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit off this 4x6 card. And I'm going to create a banner shape to cover the part that says "Good Morning." And then I'm going to use my favorite Daily Flash stickers. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop one in there for you. Okay, so I'm sorry, my iPad just like popped this message up on my phone. On my thing, and I'm kind of like trying to see what I'm doing underneath my notification, which isn't helping at all. So I cut a banner from a piece of the card. I'm going to have it cover up the "Good Morning." I'm going to slip my little fussy cut pumpkin underneath the banner as well. And now I'm going to use my Daily Flash alphabets to write "Hello Little." So my title will be "Hello Little Pumpkin." And this little pumpkin is actually 2 years old now. Eek! How bad? So sad. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick down my letter stickers, which is kind of boring and tedious, so we are going to cut it out. And now I'm working with the stamp set. So this is the Sweater Weather stamp set. And I am using my Distress Oxide Spiced Marmalade ink to stamp leaves on top of 2 of the pattern papers. So that top aqua-y colored one is part of a Project Life card that came in the card kit. And then this bottom piece is one of the beautiful patterns that are in the kit. And I'm just using, I know I want to use the branding strip that's along the bottom of that paper, so I just went ahead and stamped the leaves close to the border strip so I didn't waste a lot of that pattern. And now I'm going to take my trusty scissors and I'm going to fussy cut all of these leaves. And then, by the magic of YouTube, all the leaves are cut and ready to go. So up in the right corner, I'm gonna start with these branding strips. So I'm gonna put one at the top and one at the bottom, just to give my page a little bit more of a dimension and color and some fun detail. And I am inking some things with my Hickory Smoke Distress ink. I wanted some gray inking on this page because my background that I chose for this page is gray, but at the same time, I also wanted to make sure that there were some things that were going to look good with gray ink, but then there were some things that were not going to look good with gray ink, and so I wanted to kind of be able to tell the difference, if that makes sense at all. I have, so now I wanted to do a little peekaboo tearing spot here up at the top. And I want these pumpkins from this cut apart card to kind of be peeking out. So I'm going to go ahead and tear through all this paper. Now, Wild Whisper paper is very, very thick, and it has this really, really nice, you know, I don't know what to call it, like coating on it, I guess. which makes it perfect for mixed media. You can just layer stuff on top of this paper and it doesn't warp and it doesn't bend, and it's just fabulous. But I did have a little bit of problems here, kind of like getting this paper to bend and move and do what I wanted it to do for this little peekaboo spot up here at the top. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit off camera. I think at some point during this layout, I smacked my iPad or my camera thing. I smacked it with my head. I remember smacking it with my head, but I didn't think I had moved it, and apparently I did. So I had like cocked it up a little bit. So the end of this layout, there's parts of it where I'm a little bit off camera, and there's parts where my fuzzy head is popping in, but so please forgive me. So I'm just going to put that little pumpkin behind that part that I teared away, and I really, right now I'm just adding some staples to help keep that teared spot down, because it kept wanting to pop up on me. Again, because that paper is such good quality and such nice and thick paper that it needed a little more adhesive to make it tear and move down the way I wanted it to. So the next step is super simple. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a whole bunch of these stamped leaves and I'm going to create a cluster. I'm going to put some of the leaves poking out from the peekaboo area up at the top, and I'm going to I'm going to grab some leaves. I'm going to put some down with pop dots so they have some dimension and this layout doesn't become too flat looking. And then I wanted to cover the end of the banner because it just kind of stopped a little bit awkwardly there. So I'm going to put a little cluster of leaves down there. And I really, really, really love how this Spice Marmalade Distress Oxide ink, it stamped these leaves beautifully, and then it also matched the oranges in this color, in this layout really, really well too. So I was super happy with how those turned out. So now I'm just going to ink some of them and pop dot some of them and kind of put them on my layout. And now the next thing I did was I went ahead and pulled out my Nuvo drops, which I don't use very often because sometimes they get clogged. For me, they get clogged really easily. So if any of you have, a good tip for how to keep them from doing that, I would appreciate it. I always have to like squirt a bunch out on a piece of scrap paper to like get it flowing before it'll really start to flow nice. But I did do some gold and some I think the other color is, okay, so the two colors I used on this layout, one is pale gold, and there's a gray silvery one I have too. I'm going to pull it out here. It's called Liquid Mercury. And that Liquid Mercury one might be my favorite. It's a really pretty silvery gray color, and I really, really like it. And then the other one, the gold one, is the pale gold. So I'm just going to add little accent spots. Once I got the Nuvo drops nice and flowing well, I'm going to add little gray accent spots and little pale gold accent spots, and that will complete this layout. I'm so glad you joined me today. Please be sure to check out my other stitched background that I did last weekend, which is another Paige Evans cut file, and that will be for my Spiegel Mom Scraps video. I'm not sure if it will go up before this one or after this one. I'll just have to wait and see. And I think this is where I figure out that, yeah, my camera got bumped. And but here's the layout and a close-up. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.